Melakim Bête, 2 Kings, chapter 19. And it came to be when sovereign Hiskayahu heard it, that he tore his garments and covered himself with sackcloth, and went into the house of Yah, and sent Eliakim, who was over the household, and Shebna the scribe, and the elders of the priests, covering themselves with sackcloth, to Yeshayahu the prophet, son of Amatz. And they said to him, Thus said Hiskayahu, this day is a day of distress and rebuke and scorn for the children who have come to birth, but there is no power to bring forth. It could be that Yah your Elohim does hear all the words of the Rabshakeh, whom his master, the sovereign of Asher, has sent to reproach the living Elohim, and shall rebuke the words which Yah your Elohim has heard. Therefore lift up your prayer for the remnant that is left. And the servants of sovereign Hiskayahu came to Yeshayahu, and Yeshayahu said to them, Say this to your master, Thus said Yah, Do not be afraid of the words which you have heard, with which the servants of the sovereign of Asher have reviled me. See, I am putting a spirit upon him, and he shall hear a report, and return to his own land, and I shall cause him to fall by the sword in his land. And the Rabshakeh returned and found the sovereign of Asher fighting against Libnah, for he had heard that he had left Lachish. And when the sovereign heard concerning Tirhakah, sovereign of Cush, see, he has come out to fight against you, he again sent messengers to Hiskayahu, saying, Speak to Hiskayahu, sovereign of Yehudah, saying, Do not let your Elohim in whom you trust deceive you, saying, Yerushalayim is not given into the hand of the sovereign of Asher. See, you have heard what the sovereigns of Asher have done to all lands by putting them under the ban. Are you going to be delivered? Have the mighty ones of the nations delivered those whom my fathers have destroyed, Gozan and Haran and Retzeph, and the sons of Eden who were in Telasar? Where is the sovereign of Hamath, and the sovereign of Arpad, and the sovereign of the city of Sepharvaim, Chena, and Ava? And Hiskayahu received the letters from the hand of the messengers and read them, and went up to the house of Yah, and Hiskayahu spread it before Yah. And Hiskayahu prayed before Yah and said, O Yah, Elohim of Yisrael, the one who dwells between the cherubim, you are Elohim, you alone, of all the reigns of the earth. You have made the heavens and earth. Incline your ear, O Yah, and hear. Open your eyes, O Yah, and see, and hear the words of Sanherib, which he has sent to reproach the living Elohim. Truly, Yah, the sovereigns of Asher, have laid waste the nations and their lands, and have put their mighty ones into the fire. For they were not mighty ones, but the work of men's hands, wood and stone, and destroyed them. And now, O Yah, our Elohim, I pray, save us from his hand, so that all the reigns of the earth know that you are Yah Elohim, you alone. Then Yeshayahu, son of Amat, sent to Hiskayahu, saying, Thus said Yah, Elohim of Israel, I have heard that which you have prayed to me against Sanherib, sovereign of Asher. This is the word which Yah has spoken concerning him. The maiden, the daughter of Sion, has despised you, mocked you. The daughter of Yerushalayim has shaken her head behind you. Whom have you reproached and reviled? Against whom have you raised a voice and lifted up your eyes on high? Against the set-apart one of Yisrael. By the hand of your messengers you have reproached Yah and said, With my many chariots I have come up to the height of the mountains, to the sides of Lebanon, and I cut down its tall cedars, its choice cypress trees, and I enter its remotest parts, its thickest forests. I have dug and drunk strange water, and with the soles of my feet I dry up all the streams of defense. Have you not heard long ago I made it? From days of old I formed it. Now I have brought it to be that you shall make walled cities ruinous heaps, and their inhabitants were powerless. They were overthrown and put to shame. They were as the grass of the field, and the green plants and the grass on the housetops, and withered before it came up. But I know you're sitting down, and I know you're going out, and you're coming in, and your rage against me, because your rage against me and your pride have come up to my ears. I shall put my hook in your nose and my bridle in your lips, and I shall turn you back by the way which you came. And this is the sign for you. This year you eat what grows of itself, and in the second year what springs from that. And in the third year sow and reap and plant vineyards and eat their fruit. And the remnant who have escaped of the house of Yehuda shall again take root downward and be fruitful. For out of Yerushalayim comes forth a remnant, and those who escape from Mount Sion, the ardor of Yah does this. Therefore, thus said Yah concerning the sovereign of Ashur, he does not come into this city, nor does he shoot an arrow there, nor does he come before it with shield, nor does he build a siege mound against it. By the way that he came, by the same he turns back. And he does not come into this city, declares Yah. And I shall defend this city to save it for my own sake, and for the sake of David my servant. And it came to be in that night that the messenger of Yah went out and struck in the camp of Ashur 185,000. And they rose up early in the morning and saw all of them dead bodies. And Sanherib, sovereign of Ashur, broke camp and went away and turned back and remained in Nineveh. And it came to be, as he was bowing himself in the house of Nisroch, his mighty one, that his sons, Adramelech and Shartzer, struck him with the sword, and they escaped into the land of Ararat. And his son, Esarhaddon, reigned in his place.